You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Podcast Network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com. You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Network. Learn more at wearelibertarians.com.
Welcome to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast. This is episode number 361 of East Central's favorite podcast. Jamey Noel, joined by interim executive video producer, or is it just executive? I don't know. What title do you want today? Name yourself.
I'm Sara Morrell. I'm here to make the video work.
I'm boss.
The boss of the Boss Hog.
The boss's boss. Sitting in for Zach Burcham, who's off coaching Newcastle Middle School to another prestigious Trojan victory, I'm certain. Sara Morrell. In the big middle chair today, we got Brian Nichols of the Brian Nichols Show. Welcome.
Howdy.
Glad to hear. Bones Adam Harcourt.
You can do it.
It's French. Harcourt.
Spit out, Junior. Today.
Being bullied on my own damn show. You know, the President of the United States is
The show is called Boss Hog. Oh, is that what we call dementia nowadays? Oh, stutter.
And, okay, well, now you're just a bully.
Well, shoe fits.
Bob Newhart was a stammering idiot. He made millions.
I don't want that for our president.
This show's about our lives from rural Indiana. We're here to push your boundaries and make you think as individuals. Sometimes we'll provoke you, other times we'll make you laugh. But hopefully you'll always learn something new.
That was the provoking laugh part right there. Welcome.
Thanks, Brian.
Love you.
If you're a member of the Patreon, you got yourself a tour of the Wisconsin cheese culture. And Adam started us on his bourbon journey. You've been buying your way onto this show by grabbing high-end spirits from home and bringing them on the program.
I have a name on the back of the chair.
And now, just like you're at a Moose Lodge, your name is it's written in Sharpie on the back, but maybe we'll get a plaque ordered by Christmas time and have it emblazoned on there.
Should have let it dry first.
Yeah, it came right off.
I have a picture on the wall, like Knights of Columbus.
Are you an elk?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You were.
I was.
Were you one of were you like a lecturing knight or something? An officer?
So. I might have been at one point.
Boy, that's the way
I might have got suckered into that one.
That's the way to remember your
Lodge nights on Thursdays, so Jerry's
I am
involved.
busy being a member of the media on Lodge days, but they're having a lovely time initiating like 20 new members over there right now.
Damn, 20?
Yeah, Newcastle Elks 44 is no joke. They are growing at an alarming rate.
Really?
Yeah.
Soon to be a whole herd.
Yeah, it is a thundering herd of elks.
We can take them off the endangered species list now.
Yeah, you can start harvesting them.
Ooh.
If you join Patreon at any level, you get access to the show notes. And this is a good week to have it because it is link heavy. What we're going to do today is going to be a lot of news reactions, a lot of fun going through. Got a former sheriff from Indiana that's going to be spending, 15 years in jail. It's got an update on the Henry County Expo Center. The NFL world is happening right now as we speak. But if you have certain versions of TV, you might not be able to watch it. There's an infinite money glitch in the world. And there's a story that would make Sgt Bilko proud. And I hope that our audience knows who the hell Sgt Bilko is. If you could donate $50 or more a month to the Patreon, you get your name at the top of every episode. John Phillips, Andy Moore, Buick GMC. You got a new car yet?
No.
When you're ready, go. You want a Buick or a GMC? You got to choose one.
We'll wait till he moves dealerships.
He also sells some fine used vehicles as
good.
well. John Phillips over at Andy Moore Buick GMC and Fishers, and Sports Corner and Varsity Outfitters here in Newcastle. Our buddy Blake, who'll hook you up. The official embroiderer of the show and other things. So we talked about this story with Jamey Noel, 5-6 weeks ago on the show, and he got himself arrested for embezzling a hell of a lot of money from the people of Clark County, Indiana. And the FBI raided. He got arrested. In Indiana, if you're sheriff, you can only get arrested by the county coroner. So the coroner actually arrested the man.
That's like the
weird.
one job you don't think you're going to do as the coroner.
Yeah.
Right? Arrest the sheriff.
Which we learned on this show that is something the coroner has to do.
We've talked about it, how it's a thing. And
Wild.
in the probable cause affidavit that came out now as he's as they're going through this legal process, there's some more fun on his list of atrocities. He was also running the Utica, Indiana Township Volunteer Firefighters Association. He had a bunch of credit cards from them. He spent $11,000 between 2019 and 2024 at St. Elmo's Steakhouse in Indianapolis.
Damn.
Which you used to work very close to St. Elmo's. Did you ever go?
I went once, but it was for my birthday.
Could you imagine spending $11,000?
I don't know how that's possible. Like,
23 trips.
what are you buying?
23 trips during that 4 years.
So 23 trips, 11,000's easy.
Piece of cake. Yeah,
Yeah,
bills
that's easy.
from $25 to $1,000.
So he was spending $478 per trip.
I mean, one of the trips that we took
It was a $400
was a
ticket.
$400 dinner because
For
we
4
paid
people.
for 2 couples to eat.
Yeah.
So
So Jamey Noel has pled guilty to 27 of 31 charges. And he's looking at up to 15 years in prison. So that was a part of it, but he had like expensive clothing, cigars.
classic car.
You live far enough south that you kind of know this story a little bit, Bones, from the Louisville media market.
You would get Louisville media market.
He had plane trips. I think he had a private home down in Florida.
The wind's right. We get Cincinnati.
Yeah. I literally think that if you live southeast of Rushville, you become a Bengals fan automatically. Like it's the fall off line between Colts and
is.
Bengals.
I think Connorsville barely gets Indianapolis channels. So after that, you're in no man's land.
This guy Jamey Noel, 12 years in prison is what the Indiana Capital Chronicle is reporting, and he's going to be expected to pay $3 million in restitution.
I just don't understand how people think they can get away with this stuff.
right?
I just don't get it.
Especially when everything's like in credit cards, like they can
Right.
track it right back to you real quick.
And he's a sheriff. You think of all people, you should know that. Like, what are you
They
doing?
can't arrest me. I'm the sheriff.
Like,
Forgot about the coroner loophole. Huh?
$2.8
Yeah,
million
that's
stolen from the Utica Volunteer Firefighters Association.
How much?
$2.8 million just from the fire group.
How does a volunteer fire department have that much
Right.
money?
Infinite money glitch. 40 vehicles were confiscated by law enforcement, including two 1970 Plymouth Superbirds,
Wow.
a 59 Corvette, and a 66 and 68 Dodge Charger. It's incredible.
Are you sure he's not from Newcastle with all these Mopar products?
The man had a barn for all of these cars, and former Congressman Mike Sodrell used the barn as his address when he was trying to run for his seat in Congress. Again.
Why do you need that many cars? I just don't.
It's a collection. It's an investment.
I just don't get it.
It's
I
like
mean,
he
it's
was
not the greatest investment now, but I mean, at one time it was an
It
investment.
wasn't even his investment. It was everybody else's investment.
He's the treasurer for these. All right, guys, listen. We're gonna take a bunch of government money, and we're gonna buy some classic cars, and we're gonna build a barn on my property, and we're just gonna store them there, and I'll drive them to make sure they're okay, and we'll title them in my name so there's no concern. But they'll belong to the county,
Okay.
so they're the county's.
And then we'll sell them once they've earned value.
And then we'll make some money,
That's
and we're
right.
going to
And then
double
we'll
our
build
money
a
for
new
the
jail.
community.
Sounds
But
like
at the
a
same
really
time,
good
we have
deal.
a county museum of auto parts here.
That's
We
right.
just charge money right there.
But nobody can come in and see it because they're classic cars
Yes.
and they're
Yeah.
safe.
And if they do have to pay, they have to pay him directly. Me directly.
Cash
So,
only.
the thought is that that Mr. Noel, former Sheriff Knowles, finally pled guilty to these counts because his wife and his daughter were also being charged essentially as co-conspirators.
And
in the
his
thing.
wife left him, apparently. She
Well,
since
it's not
filed for
much-
divorce from her husband.
Boy,
We're not
what
gonna
a
stick
quitter!
around now.
Now that he doesn't
You
have
run
all
it-
the classic cars,
All of
we're
a sudden, he
done.
doesn't have that fire department money, and she's out. Stand by your man, lady. You knew you cannot pretend like you didn't know what was going on.
Had no idea.
All of a sudden, when the concerts and the cigars and the high end Eagle Rare goes away, you
The
just
flights
leave
down
them.
to Orange Beach.
Yeah, their weekend flights on the little private plane.
Question is, why was he going all the way to St. Elmo's when Jeff Ruby's is right there across the river?
Because he was
That's a
doing
great
big
question.
Indiana business. Allegedly, he was very close to Governor Holcomb and a bunch of other people.
That makes sense.
So he was kind of the political power center for Team Elephant politics down in Clark County. And in fact, if people wanted to get things done in that congressional district, he was the ring you had to kiss. So he was the guy that signed off on. You remember Trey Hollingsworth? This may be just a little before your time.
The name sounds
Tennessee
familiar.
Trey.
Trey Hollingsworth
Yeah.
was a congressman from Indiana. I think he did 4 to 6 years as a congressman, and he just left in the last 2 years. I think he probably was not running for re-election, but was a congressman while you've lived here. And essentially, he and his father had significant means. They moved to Indiana because it was a friendly place for somebody to buy a seat in Congress. So as long as you got the chairperson of the Republican Party to say, "Cool, you're good with me," then you had the blessing. That happened to be Jamey Noel. So this man was incredibly connected. When Eric Holcomb got appointed to be lieutenant governor of Indiana, just before Mike Pence became the vice president, Jamey Noel was very involved in that. And then magically, when Pence got picked, Holcomb had a 100-day campaign and became governor of Indiana. So the guy is very connected. So now the problem is all those octopus tentacles. Listen to Patreon. All those octopus tentacles of his.
Not for a while, though.
Did you say testicles the first time?
No.
Oh, I just misheard you. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you're just thinking
Was
about
he
something
connected,
else.
or did he just buy connections?
I think he was the power center.
But did he was he
Puppet
already
master.
the power center, or do we just because we had, God forbid, volunteer firefighter money?
Right.
He paid to play.
A little bit of this, a lot of that.
If you can amass all of the credit cards, you're good to go. And it took him like 6 years to find the guy to catch up. This went on for a long time. This wasn't just like, oh yeah, he did it.
What a
And
silly
it started in the spring, and they caught him by July. It was like, nope, 2017 through like 2 years ago. And he didn't get arrested until very recently. Took a long time.
such a silly goose.
So the reason we highlight this story is, one, it's in Indiana, and it's a really important story. Because there is corruption that happens in government, right? Like it's legit, and it gets found out. Sometimes in our community, you'll see people that will just scream corruption,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily there. It's not real. So I want to talk about some healing that I think is actually happening locally. Finally. And Bones, this is the story I know you wanted to talk about last week.
Good.
The Henry County Expo project has been a thing since before this show started. So you've gotten to listen to this for 6 years.
This predates Wind.
Yes, I think it was Let There Be Light, Let There Be Wind, and the Expo project.
Okay.
So there was a multi-decade lease signed in 2017 that the Henry County Commissioners gave some property to the Expo board. And they said, go build your project. Here's $2 million. Go have it. Didn't happen. Didn't get done. Expo board has been turned over probably 4 times since the lease happened. The county commissioners are all entirely new. So now you have a bunch of folks that were not in position when things were put in place, and they're finally at the point where they're looking at it and saying, what are we going to do to fix this area? And we've talked about this on the show a number of times with county candidates as they've come through the door. There have been discussions between the council, the county commissioners, Dellinger, Wiley, and Bobby Plummer, and the current Expo members, their leadership, and they are working on, and the Courier Times did a great job of laying out all the finer points here. But there's finally a conversation happening on top of what we talked about 2 weeks ago, where they're applying for funds in the what do we call it? The Hunger Games amongst communities with the Ready Grant, trying to get a couple $1 million to get some water and sewer going. So I think maybe we're at the point where you're going to see some some forward movement here.
So Mr. Noel's going to pay for this.
So
Yep.
unfortunately, as soon as once he pays us $3 million in restitution, I think we can get our shot.
Go right to the 4-H.
Yeah,
Yep.
to get it to take it to our kids here.
You think
Boom.
he saved any money?
Do you think Noel saved any money?
Yeah.
Back to that again.
Well, it was a curious question. I'm sorry.
Do you think he had some of that money left over?
Yeah.
I think he spent it all on bourbon.
Okay.
Bourbon and cars.
I mean, they seized the cars.
They did.
So
seize the cars.
there's some money there.
Yeah.
It sounded like a lot of the cars were acquired via him selling the actual fire department
He
vehicles.
sold assets. Don't need this.
And then
Don't need this
wild.
ambulance
used
anymore.
those proceeds to buy some classic cars.
We
That's
traded
wild.
this fire truck for this Superbird
Like, how do you think you can do that's the part I'm stuck on.
with the
Like,
big ass wing on the
no.
back. We could hold a lot of hoses.
Yeah.
It's that real, the audio. Who's going to know? They're going to know. How are they going to know? They're going to know. Like, seriously, though, how did he not think that somebody wouldn't realize, like, hey, where'd that ambulance go that we got rid of? And why do you have a classic car now?
It's that air of confidence, you know?
It's none of your business.
Sheriffs pay well in Southern Indiana. Once you get past like State Road 50,
US 50.
US 50.
Millions.
Yeah, it's an American road.
Yeah. America.
Yeah.
America.
You get down south of North Vernon, sheriff is in boss hog territory, so to speak.
From a certain point of view.
TV show, not the podcast.
But I digress.
That's some bitch. Oh shit. It's not 8, is it?
741.
It's the alcohol.
741. Sarah, you've had your first sip of Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it
Can you fly like an
worth
eagle?
everything you were hoping it would be?
I think we need to take a trip to Owensboro, Kentucky.
Wow. A+.
Well, we're not going to get Eagle Rare in Owensboro.
No,
That's the thing.
That's
She
what
likes
I'm
the
saying.
green-
I like the
she likes
green
the
river
green
so
better.
much better.
I
It's
agree with
good.
that. I agree with that.
The Eagle Rare has a little bit more spice than the Green River does, which is to be expected because.
One was a weeded bourbon, and the other one
Exactly.
is a different.
But
mash bill.
it's not anything like super special.
You don't
it
get the
doesn't
big,
feel
you don't
that
get the big
rare.
grape taste to
It's
it.
not.
A little bit, but it's not like the first.
It's not
thing
what
I
everybody
taste.
talks about.
It's
Yeah.
not worth giving up your firstborn like most of these people do for it.
Exactly. That's why I said let's just go down to Owensboro
We
and
could
check
sell
out
it to
Green
Jamey
River.
Noel for $500 if he was out of jail. All right. Any thoughts on the expo, Sarah?
I mean, after spending as much time as I have in the 4-H barns over the years, we need something new. So it's one of those things where it's like it's half hatched. Let's just finish it and get it over with. But at the same time, like I see where a lot of people are coming from with well, this wasn't ready. We weren't ready. Like I get it. So I hope they get some grant money so we can get this done.
One of the things that I do in my traveling job for sales, as I visit almost every map dot in Indiana, and I'll swing through a town and I'll see their county fairgrounds and see what they have. And I will say that the existing fairgrounds that Henry County had was among the worst I had seen
It's
anywhere.
just sad.
Wow, that's
like,
sad.
They are old, sad,
So we
and
would
tired.
run the food booth with junior
Rushville
leaders.
kicks their butt right now.
And
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
we would run the food booth with junior leaders when we were
That's
more
unfortunate.
involved at the time. And just getting hot water for a food establishment was difficult. So and then when it rains at the fairgrounds, like you can see all the holes in the roof and where water doesn't have places to go. So it washes out a lot of the animal pens and stuff. So then you have to have people help like clean up all this stuff together. And it's just obviously people pitch in and we make it work. But at the same time, it's like these kids deserve something a little better.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes. I think I think I've said on the show a number of times, you're halfway through the process now, so you got to finish it off.
Yeah, it's half baked. Just finish it off.
Got to have the baby, right? All right, sports world. This is why Brian's here. Super excited. NFL starts today. They are shoveling. As I look at the TV, it looks like they're shoveling snow out of the stadium.
Rain.
In Kansas City.
Say snow.
Yeah, it looks like white. Maybe it's just cocaine.
It's the shine of the lights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no,
All
it's
right.
poor. I've been watching the weather. There's like a ginormous storm right now going over Arrowhead. So I think they're
I don't think we're allowed to say Arrowhead anymore.
that's the name of the stadium.
It's Ghea. I think the Arrowhead went the way of the Redskins, did it not?
I don't think so.
Well,
There's still the
Anyhoozle, I
Chiefs.
think they may have delayed
Yeah.
the game. I'm trying to read lips, but I'm not doing well.
that's okay.
It's kind of hard.
So that's
This is
happening.
really small TV.
It's yeah.
Like I don't even know they make TVs that small anymore.
Well, this TV is older than
sin.
most children that are in school now.
Okay.
It's been a while. It's Sanyo. Is Sanyo still a brand? That's like
I didn't know Sanyo was a brand.
Yeah.
I feel like Sanyo hasn't existed since like 2009.
I'm really surprised there's not a back to that TV. I mean, it's thick. I mean, she's thick,
Yeah.
but I mean, she
Big
don't have a
wide
back.
booty on it. This is a troubling night. All right, so
Sorry.
Third time's a charm, baby.
Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore
You can
Ravens
still buy a
tonight.
Sanyo.
Can you?
Really?
Get a new
Is it a
one.
private label for somebody else?
Where are they based from?
They do make Roku TVs. And that's about. And then you can find a bunch on eBay. There's even one on Poshmark, which
It's not appreciating in value like a classic car in
a
Clark County, is it?
42-inch on Poshmark is $375.
That's
So
not
if you
terrible.
like it.
I think Radio
So it's
Shack
like
still
a
has them.
TCG TV basically.
Yeah, but it's their own brand. Like
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like it's like a pardon the expression, a budget
yeah,
TV.
Yeah.
That's fine, right?
Yeah, it's
Like-
like a sharp.
honestly, the T
a Magnavox?
No, it's the the ONN TVs that we got at Walmart
Yeah.
I
had
forgot
better
about those.
picture quality than some of like the big brand names that were at the same store.
It's one of the best marketplaces. There's a really cool graph where it shows like how things have gotten expensive or less expensive over the years,
TVs
and
have
TVs
gone
have just
Yeah,
plummeted.
I
It's all
swear, we give
competition.
away TVs.
That's wild.
Yeah. You walk into Costco and they got 70 inches for $70.
You
I mean,
deliver-
for a TV giveaway for like conferences we do. Well, like we'll go to Walmart and we'll just ship it to the conference center. You know, $160 for a 32-inch TV, and you just give it away at the end of the conference. Like, yeah,
You have a big brown truck you drive. And
I do.
and deliver television.
I can't stand televisions.
I assume that you don't even try to hide them at this point. You just leave them on the front porch.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna steal a box that's this big.
No.
72 inches. Whatever. I'm gonna put it under a rock.
Put it right underneath the floor mat.
Have you ever gone viral for doing something? Like somebody take your picture, you get small social media
Or like the
recognition.
Ring cameras.
Let's
Yeah.
be real honest. If I'm going viral, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be because
For-
I helped some lady across
for-
the street
You parked in the wrong spot, or you hurled something 50 feet.
or because I ran to the courthouse.
drove over a lady walking her dog. So who knows? Just inventing trouble.
so it does look like the game's maybe delayed a little bit.
It looks
Good.
like the showers are pushing out.
Good folks can hang out with Boss Hog.
Is it Overland Park? Is that where the stadium is?
I think so. Sure,
That was on the back end of the storm system when I was looking.
it could be. I thought it was just Kansas City, but I don't know. I've driven by it. on the interstate. It's on the way to Wichita. We didn't like the refs in Wichita back in the day. They were hometown refs. NFL's playing tomorrow night as well.
Brazil.
Brian, you got your lineup set for
I
that game, too?
did. You gave me a heart attack too. I literally sit down for folks playing along in the home game, and Jared's like, "Hey, Brian, did you get your lineup set?" And I was like, "I think so." And I had 42 seconds before it got
Before it was
locked.
gonna lock
Yeah,
down.
So, thanks for the mini heart attack, Jared.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. So the NFL is going to play on Friday night now
And in Brazil,
in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
gross.
It's even more gross because it's the Philadelphia Eagles
Ugh, even worse.
against somebody.
I'm a
Packers.
Cowboys fan.
The Packers.
You're a Cowboys fan?
I am.
Can't
I
you
know.
just see it in his face?
I know. Didn't you see over there? That's my studio.
Oh.
See all the Cowboys paraphernalia?
I just see plants.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I've been working hard on that too. Those plants are a
Brian
labor
will,
of love.
Brian will leave for like 3 weeks at a time. You say, "Hey, can you keep my plants alive?"
Please.
Make sure-
I have literally
Let me
been
do my best.
building these plants up from like little tiny saplings to now this massive.
You've done well.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it's my grandfather is like a huge plant grandpa.
There's
He
spider
loves that
plants.
stuff. Spider plants. I have money plants out there.
See, Missy, I do pay attention when you talk.
See, isn't it nice when you have a moment you can be like, "See, honey, I do pay attention."
So I have poured myself the third drink that Adam has brought for us, and it's a Barbados distilled single cask rum that was put into a weeded bourbon cask. Do we know
cask?
A cask, which is a barrel, fancy word for a barrel.
Just say barrel.
I'm
I hate when
reading
people
it.
do that. No, not not you. Just, I hate when marketing does that.
They
And
only
it
have
was
so many
bottled
characters.
to-
Maybe when the rum is in it, it's called a cask. But if a bourbon is in it, it's called a barrel.
Correct.
As long as they're not being stupid, just to be like, oh, look at the fancy word for barrel.
So it found its way from Barbados up to
Buffalo Trace.
Borden, Indiana,
Oh, Borden.
at Starlight Distillery.
Wow.
What an
Uh,
adventure.
Did we try this, or was this a different?
I don't know.
Is that the one I
Now
s-
I'm questioning if
this
I've.
one I
Yeah,
sniffed?
you've sniffed it
Yeah.
once.
I did. Okay.
Brian's been
I'll
off.
sniff again.
Brian's been off
Lovely.
the sauce for over 1,000 days now, so we're just tempting the man.
Jeez, no, I don't want it. It just, ooh.
We
It
brought
literally
him
is like
Coke
smelling salts.
Zero, so he has a beverage.
Now, do you want to compare that to the bourbon and see if you smell a difference?
Yeah, actually, I'm
One
curious.
to one here.
Or-
Does it smell like bananas?
Just get that on your nose there too. Yeah, right.
Right, there's the
yeah.
ASMR for folks at home.
Smells fantastic.
That one's actually not bad at all. I could smell that one all day long.
Do you
That-
smell the grapes?
is that,
Oh my god, that is so potent.
It's so good though. Tell me it's not good.
Oh, I'm a rum guy. I'm in. You give me Everclear, and I'm going to say no. But rum, I like
what if
it.
I put lemon peels in it for a while
And our
and some sugar water?
it needs mixed.
Like
Yeah.
lemon jello.
Yeah, I made
heated
limoncello
bourbon.
last year.
Wheated.
Pop.
That was a better ASMR.
So Friday nights, should that belong to college football or high school football? That's
That one's potent. I like this one better than all.
oh look, Brian.
I got
I
the
smell
non. I got
liquor.
too.
I- rare.
I think he
I got
might
too
have
confident.
hailed some of that.
the
I got too
non-drinker-
confident.
The non-drinker is,
I think we're going to have
is
to go back
all
to the
in on
one-day
Eagle
chip.
Rare.
This one was the one I could enjoy smelling the most. That one hurt a little bit. That one made my nose flare up like smelling salts.
That smells fantastic.
I'm
It
just
does.
sorry.
The
I'm
Eagle
just
Rare
sorry
smells
Zach
really
can't
good.
enjoy it.
I don't drink, but I mean that I can appreciate the smell.
It smells a lot more caramely than it tastes.
Friday
Mm.
nights
Sorry.
have always been the dominion of high school football.
Yeah,
Dave
NFL's
Calabro.
taking a step too far.
And now they want that date too.
I don't like it.
There was, I think there are some rules that went back to like Congress and the antitrust stuff with the
Mhm.
AFL and NFL
Mhm.
merger
Mm-hmm. You were spot on. Yes.
that protected certain days.
Yeah.
And
Friday.
I don't know how in the hell this one's okay. Because there was another one last year
It's
on,
not in
like,
the United States, probably.
on Black Friday that was also allowed last year.
Maybe they can get like
after
exceptions. I
Thanksgiving.
don't know, like for
Do they
holidays.
have like a
or something.
waiver?
You have to pay
a
off
waiver
a certain
system?
amount of congressmen or something, or if it's from a swing state, you can do it. Like I don't understand how it's okay. But Tony Dungy and the NBC team are in Brazil, so we're gonna have an
Sorry.
NFL game on
I
Friday
don't
night.
like it. There's already enough football on TV.
So-
we don't need it on Fridays too.
You are taking a one-woman stand against the NFL. You're like the lady that was trying to create prohibition in 1917 for temperance.
You guys can watch it as
You're
much as you want.
anti-foosball,
just
Bobby Boucher's
I'm
mama.
not having a good time by like week 10.
I feel really dumb. Or this is going to be the only Friday night game, right? Or are we doing this throughout the year?
I don't know. I mean they're all scheduled at this point. I think this is probably a one-off or a two-off,
Unless they have like Christmas games.
But it's like we're
yeah,
just
something like that.
leaning into it where it's another Friday. We've now done NFL games on every day of the week since 2020.
Just comes a point where you get burnt out. Like it's not even a football
Yeah.
thing. It's just like a content thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily watch the same thing. And it's not just the same thing. When you watch an NFL game, it is such an investment of time. It's like 3 hours just to sit down and enjoy an entire football game from beginning to end. You called it. You knew he was
And
going to
that's
be
just
here.
one
Called it.
game. That's not all of the games.
Welcome, Zach.
Coach
For the
Zachary,
audio listener,
Zach's back.
Zach is back. By being back, Zach joined us from
Sarah
practice.
may have to turn the microphone on in a moment. Good news, Zach.
He
We're
should
just
be
finishing
on
up Patreon.
already.
Oh, really?
That's not
No.
true. Don't do that to
No,
poor Zach.
I haven't been able to check my phone. I think I got a notification like 27 minutes ago. You guys started the show.
Yeah, something like that.
Christy Avery's already liked it.
Welcome.
Welcome. Yeah.
Did you win?
I don't even know. I don't think so.
Jesus Christ, what a coach.
No.
What a coach.
No,
How does
It doesn't
How
matter.
do you
Win or
win?
loss does not
Is
matter.
it like cumulative times? Or?
No. It's kind of like golf score. Lowest you score points per your position. So first place wins 1 point. Lowest score wins. First 5 for any team score.
So we're looking for 5,
The perfect score would be 15.
15. Yeah.
Okay.
It's time. It's based on your time. Is that what it is? The
Finishing
score?
position.
Oh, position.
finishing position.
I just
Yeah.
need you to smell this because Brian had a reaction. This
I
is
bet it's
that one-
horrible.
this is
No,
rum.
no. That one wasn't that bad.
No,
that
no,
one
no,
was
no,
Barbados.
no.
It was that one.
It was the
That one was
River.
okay.
And that smells like acetone nail polish remover
This
to me.
one. Have him smell that one. That
Okay,
that
that
was.
I'm a horrible person. Like, in case I don't drink at all. So everything to me just smells like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. Well, that's why I haven't drank since 2021. So
Hasn't
like.
drank
Whoa, that
This-
sounds like acetone on
Right.
steroids.
See,
Yeah.
thank you.
But
Thank
that's
you.
the one that
feel like
tastes the
That's
best.
the green.
I
That's
feel
the
like,
green
you know
river.
what? I need to strip a wheel down. That stuff would probably do it real
And
well.
door
I can
number-
still have it
door
in like,
number
the back of my
3?
throat too.
Door number 3 is the Eagle Rare that we started the night with.
Yeah, it's right kind of in the middle. It's pretty strong though.
Does it have a
See, I like that one the
caramely
most,
smell
Zach.
to you?
I know it just the acetone,
Just acetone.
just like rubbing alcohol.
I get it though.
We were just in the discussion, Zach Burcham, about Friday nights and how the NFL is taking that over too.
Yeah, I won't watch it then either. I don't have that kind of time.
That literally what I was just saying when you walked in. Like it's not just the content; it's the fact that it's 3 hours of an investment to watch the entire game.
To watch 47 seconds of action. Because if you go to a live, I've only been to one NFL game, but you go to a live football game and you realize that how much downtime there is because there's no commercials,
Mhm.
there's no anything, there's no talking
There's no
heads,
distraction.
there's no distraction, and you realize it's like, oh look, 6 seconds of play,
Run the play.
and
stop.
now we're taking like a 10-minute break. Somebody's like getting water, the chain guy's coming out. Yeah,
Some guy pulled his hammy. Yeah.
It's I don't watch NASCAR. I just don't have me sitting still for 4 hours. I don't know when that happened last. That I wasn't in a car driving it.
I was so sorry you weren't in Milwaukee for the IndyCar race over the weekend.
It looked like it was 2 good races. I watched both of them. My wife had the enchanted phone. We were at Whitewater State Park. I couldn't get like Facebook to work. I couldn't get like text messages to go in and out. But my wife could get a stream going on her phone.
That was
and
me in Milwaukee.
And then she even hotspotted to her tablet. So that was like
The
getting
lifeline.
the stream to go is one thing, but streaming on a tablet through your phone and like nobody else. I had other friends in the campground, had a coworker, and she's like, "We can't get anything to work." I'm like, "My wife said we were watching it on a stream. It looked like a shockingly good race, considering that that a lot of the drivers like this is going to be ugly." There's some circumstances there, but
The game is postponed 20 minutes, by the way, officially.
20 minutes. All right.
Yeah,
More time.
8:40.
More time for the audience to hang
Watch
on.
the boss.
I mean,
Hog.
Joseph had a real rough weekend with Marcus's.
Marcus Armstrong.
that one was more on Linus.
Marcus Armstrong ping ponged into him as Joseph was
You know what,
starting the
though?
race first at race number 2.
Maybe on him.
But, I mean, Marcus's car was out of control,
Ca-
so.
Karma's catches you though.
He had it coming from Gateway.
I mean,
Yeah.
we heard it in the stands. People were saying
That was-
karma is
That's
There-
a B word.
there were some celebratory. Oh, that son of a bitch cross.
I had
crashed.
no issues with either one of Joseph's accidents. It's
By the way,
because
it's still
one,
Arrowhead.
the main thing is Joseph will
It
be
is there?
fine
Yeah.
next year.
I knew it. I knew it.
Is
wasn't
G
crazy.
Field at Arrowhead.
Yeah, it's still Arrowhead.
Yeah. No, not G or G or whatever you say.
GHEA.
No, just,
No,
just
it's
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead.
Was it ever GHEA? Oh, well, we're having a racing conversation. You guys can look into that.
Yeah, well,
Let us know.
we were just like we don't speak this language.
I was getting ready to tie it around. I was getting ready to tie it around for
We're very cliquey in this group tonight.
for Zach.
We got 2 drinkers, 2 non-drinkers, 2 racers, 2 non-racers.
A great podcast.
Well, there-
you guys have your goddamn conversation and we'll leave me alone.
Well, there's
7:58.
there was a guy a couple weeks ago
You're so close.
that had an accident behind him because he was started too slow, and then this weekend he started too slow again, and he got hit this time
He got-
instead.
Caused his own
Is that
crash.
okay? So how? This is my ignorance, right? How is that his fault?
So,
His car
okay,
didn't
so-
go
so-
fast
There's
so-
a
enough.
magic
no,
line
'cause
that
he's-
he needs to be going
is
by.
yeah, he is
not
the
going.
when you are the leader at a restart, you
Uh-huh.
control the restart. But there is a line, and they tell the drivers ahead of time, you have to go by this line, otherwise we are going to throw the green flag whether you like it or not. And he didn't do it the last time. He didn't even know it was a thing. He's like, they threw the green flag without me going. Well, his job was to go within a certain area of the track. Like they say, here's these 2 lines.
Uh-huh.
You have to go between these 2. He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't get collected, but three guys did behind him, started this accident. Well, he does it again, and they painted the line on the track this time or on the wall. They said, you got to start by this line. He didn't do it again, and this time he got hit because everybody else starts to go because he's hit the line, but he wasn't going yet. So this time he got collected in it, and he is multimillionaire, drives for Penske, has children's books, married to a Disney princess.
Big fat liar.
He'll be, bit of a cheat. He'll be fined. He got a race taken away from him at the beginning of the year for cheating. So he'll be fine. So I don't hate him, but he'll be fine.
I want to wrap up the IndyCar conversation with this. There were 3 people that got audible reactions in the pre-race Sunday morning or Sunday as the race about to start. Joseph Newgarden got booed.
Yeah.
Connor Daly, who had finished 3rd, Indiana's sweetheart, he got massive cheers from the audience.
The people's champ.
And Governor Tony Evers of Wisconsin, massive boos.
More than Joseph, even.
Yeah, even more than Joseph.
It takes
the governor was very, because I think he spent like Jamey Noel type money to support the race from the people. Like $8 million of public funds went into
this
the
race,
state fairgrounds into the facility.
You know what? Okay, but if he invested in the state fairgrounds facility, I'm a little bit better than that. As if he'd have paid that to promote the race.
I mean, we spent quite a bit of money in Wisconsin because we were there for the race. So.
Well, and I don't know, you guys would have seen it too, but like Kevin Lee said that their main drag, and he said, I haven't been to our state fairgrounds in years, but he said the main drag of their state fairgrounds, is almost like a theme park in terms of, he's like, there were all these themed restaurants you could go to, and they were all open, free, didn't need any ticket. So he said it was a really nice area. You could just show up, pay for parking, or get dropped off at the fairgrounds, and it was non-ticketed entry to go there. There were a lot of options, free concerts, that kind of thing. It was a good event. I'm okay with investing in if he was promoting the event. Whoa.
But the people of Wisconsin, not a huge fan of Governor Evers.
That's the ones that were there.
Would tie that to home for Brian.
Politicians usually don't do bullshit.
And I don't know which team he plays for, if he's donkey or elephant. Didn't care that much. But I'm guessing it has some reaction to the thing that went around in 2020.
I hope so.
We do have a problem. Jeremiah was right about Arrowhead.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's still got Arrowhead in the name, but however you want to say that, GHEA or something.
Yeah, I think it's named after clarified butter. I don't know.
That's GHEE.
I think it's a financial services company.
The martial arts uniform, I think, is a GHI. Also a GI.
It's not a problem.
Or is it just a GI?
GI is also the name of the guy from the old TV show on Spike, MXC. Anybody else to watch that?
No.
I remember it, but I didn't watch it really.
It was basically like Wipeout, but everybody was from Japan, and then they had American voiceovers for the dubs. It was one of the funniest shows ever. I hope somebody in the home audience that's playing along is like, yes, that show. God, that was good. Guy Ledouche. Classic. That was the guy's name. It's after 9 o'clock.
Guy Fontenot, I think, was the very niche character in Almost Heroes or Almost Famous, played by God damn it!
You can do it.
Cheer me on. Canadian guy. His son is now Eugene Levy.
Oh,
Guy Fontenot in the great Matthew.
That is
Perry
Almost Heroes.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah, Almost Heroes. Yeah,
with Chris Farley.
Yes, and Chris Farley.
Yeah. R.I.P. both.
Yeah, all we have left is Guy Fontenot,
which is weird when you think about it, because he's significantly older, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like 20 years older than him.
Yeah. That's what being Canadian will do for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, those eyebrows too. They're probably like 150 years old.
Those
themselves.
belong in the Canadian Smithsonian. Whatever.
I think he stole them from somebody from like a past life. That's how they. There's the only way they can be that big.
Show of hands.
Did you know that we were in Chris Farley's hometown?
Which was it?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Really?
I knew he went to Marquette and Tommy Boy. I knew he was from Wisconsin, but I did not know it was Madison.
What a little
I would have looked for a statue of the man.
And that's why we don't drink, right, Zach?
He's probably in a van down by the river.
So today I had
it's a land between two lakes. There's no river.
Today I had, there's a river that the lakes exit out of on the south end. Today I thought about Tommy Boy and Chris Farley and the little man. Every time David Spade tells the story of Tommy Boy, he talks about how they went from Toronto to New York City to film the movie in an MRI on wings. And I had an MRI today. So I was sitting in this machine going, God, it must have been horrible. Because I'm Chris Farley size and both of my arms are touching the side of the machine. I thought, I can't imagine the two of them being shoved in a little tiny airplane, being zipped across every single night to do this, to make that movie.
And like his
Comedy gold, though.
Is it like his cousin?
I think his cousin runs Ford.
Is the CEO of Ford?
Yeah.
And is quite a race car driver and owns race cars and drives them very well.
Chris Farley's.
Yeah.
His I can't remember his first name. I should know. I heard an interview with him.
And we have Callahan
Jim?
Brakes.
Is it-
Wow. What are the odds?
Yeah, I know.
Jim Farley.
Jim Farley. He's the CEO of Ford.
That's
And he
wild.
is the same. Yeah.
That's
He looks just
absolutely
like
wild.
him too. Like legit. Like
It feels like,
Oh yeah, he does. He looks like a Farley.
and
yeah.
it just feels like the old the Ford brothers up there in Canada, who are both politicians, and they are both like cokeheads. Remember? One was the mayor of Toronto.
The mayor. Yes.
Yeah. We've come full circle. Oh wow, he does look like him. No
Jim
kidding.
Farley, born in 1962.
He's like if Chris Farley and Dan Aykroyd had a baby.
Yeah. But he like races like
Which-
Ford.
That
Like,
would be a sight to
The
see.
reason why they have that, they basically like GTLM versus like a $300,000 or $200,000 Mustang is because of him. He's like they built a homologation race car.
his grandfather started at
Doesn't he?
Ford in Rogues River.
He looks like
He talks about he's very careful when he races because he doesn't want everybody to think he's got cheater motors in his car. It's like you're the CEO of Ford, you roll with the cheater motor all you want. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Back to what we had planned.
Show of hands.
Who has DirecTV anymore?
I used to.
You used to. I
in the
used
day.
to. Bones, did you ever have DirecTV?
I think mom and dad did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mom and dad. Yeah, mom and dad.
Zach, were you ever a DirecTV customer? Or were you
No.
just cable and then streaming?
Just cable and streaming.
So 25 million subscribers DirecTV used to have. They're down to 11 million.
Well, yeah, that's
11 million.
That doesn't sound
Was
like
it big-
that's good.
So in 2011, it was the peak time for cable TV, cable and satellite television for the number of subscribers that they had. So we are now 13 years later. I'm Ron Burgundy, and we've slipped down to the current level. Every one of these companies gets into like a big, massive fight with the cable operators, right?
Mhm.
ESPN,
Disney.
your local Disney, your
Mhm.
local
The
news,
local,
Tribune, whatever.
Yeah, the local news affiliate's the one everybody knows because like all of a sudden they're like, tell your cable provider that you want, NBC or whatever, and you'll lose we lose channel 8 or we'll lose 13 for like a couple of weeks while they fight about
Everybody
how
gets
much that
pissed
they're going
off.
to get paid. Yeah.
And they remind you, the local company reminds you, you don't even need those people. Just go get a set of rabbit ears.
Yeah.
Which defeats the whole purpose of having cable in the first place. And then everybody gets mad, blames the cable company. But it happens with all of them. So it happened this last week. DirecTV and the Disney ESPN group were having a fight, and it went off the air last Saturday when college football started.
Rhine college football.
It's good timing.
Exactly I don't know if they intentionally scheduled it to, maybe it was just September 1st,
I mean, if it was
whatever.
if it was an ESPN Disney thing,
But they're like, yeah, we're
Absolutely.
gonna sign this contract and we're gonna set it up so that the deadline is an absolute nightmare, like scorched earth. You have to pay our
that's what we
fee.
call leverage.
Yeah.
Yep. This is always staggering. So the average network gets about 75 cents for a provider to carry them. ESPN's $10.79.
Yeah.
So if you have a cable bill or any YouTube TV or whatever, and you have $11 of your cable bill is just ESPN.
Yep.
Whether you watch it or not.
This is why Sling exists, and they have two different color categories. There's one that has ESPN and one that doesn't.
Yeah. Because it's
And
like
it's
a juggernaut of
Yeah.
your rate, your bill.
It's a huge portion of it. And there was a new company that was going to happen called Venue Sports. It was going to carry all of these sports networks together with the exclusion of, I think, Peacock on NBC in the NBC world. And they just got struck down for antitrust, where they're not allowed to exist. So I was curious for you guys. Obviously, sports, football is the king. It's like the one thing that folks still watch live that you need to have your TV for. We're watching it now as we're starting the program here. And this is the time of the year where people will just seasonally sign up for television, make those decisions in their households because they don't need
Just
things.
got NFL Sunday ticket.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've gone to this a la carte world, and we've watched in the last 15 years of this build out of high end streamable internet service to houses that, and then let you say, hey, I only want to subscribe to this thing or that thing. Any thoughts?
It's a good thing in terms of giving options. It's a bad thing in terms of, I think, getting rid of our shared culture. So like everybody used to tune in and watch The Office on Thursday nights. I think it was Thursday nights.
It was.
Was it? Look at me. I'm still, and that was like back in 2013. So that's a long time ago. And like you would talk about that episode the next day. And to your point, we're watching football live because you're going to talk about the game.
Everybody's going to know, oh my God, can you believe that the Ravens beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium to open the season?
Derrick Henry had 2 touchdowns. I'm wishing that into existence. One of my fantasy teams has Derrick Henry.
The Ravens defense held a shutout tonight, and I got 14 points in the
There you go. Good for you.
Yeah, it was great.
If we get that right, that'd be pretty darn cool. I hope somebody clips that and puts it all over Twitter.
That's good because I put a grand on the under.
But like you
No wonder he can afford this bourbon habit.
you need to have a shared something you can share collectively outside, and especially it seems like right now a lot of the things that we share are our politics, or it's like things that people get very hive-minded about, versus something you can get actually coalesce around. Like you could share stories about The Office and like laugh about it together, and there wasn't anything that was like aggressively political or like it was just fun, right? And the sports gives you that. But when you look at the streaming services, now everybody just watches it a la carte. So like, oh, I'm going to binge The Mandalorian, like watch 15 episodes at once. And then, you know, it's not that you can talk about that with somebody real time as it's happening, one episode at a time, which that's changed a little bit. Now they tried to incorporate like the releasing the episodes, one episode per week, but like still nobody's watching it all at the same time. Yeah. There's just not that collective. Like I know that if I were to go outside and look out, you know, apartment building and all the windows, you can see into everybody's TV and like everybody's watching the same thing, right? Like that's not America anymore. That culture's gone. Everybody watches what they want, a la carte, to your point.
Like the Super Bowl might be one of the last things.
That like Super Bowl,
the only thing we watch,
political
live.
Debates, election news. But even then, it's like different news stations, but it's on the same topic. But like,
you can watch different depending on which channel. Yeah, depending on which channel you watch about like a debate, you'll get 2 entirely different.
Or depend on where the world's going to end.
If you have
and holidays, by the way, too. I think holidays are one of the last like coalescing things too, like Christmas time shows on like, it was ABC, not ABC Family. Was it now? Freeform.
Yep. Yep. Family Channel. High five. World. Woo! All right. So if you're a patron, you got the show notes. You got the link. There's a link to a Yahoo Sports article that references a tweet or an Xbox if you're Kevin Lee. Sportico put out a summary in 2023, so last year's data, 100 most broadcasts on television. 93 of them were NFL games.
That's incredible.
3 of them were college football games. One was the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
So,
one was the State of the Union. One was the Oscars. And one was the network TV show that came on right after the Super Bowl. That's the summary they had.
I mean, that's it.
So I wonder for the parade if they're combining all of the networks that cover, because there's like 6 networks that cover that parade.
Yeah, it must be.
Because like a bunch of different channels do
a lot of shade on the Rose Bowl parade. Everybody's hungover and nobody's up yet to watch that one happen.
That's crazy. How many was it? NFL? How many?
93
out of
100.
That's incredible.
The incredible. State of the Union placed behind 20 NFL games.
But that's
only in 17 weeks. So that means that like 3 or 4 games in a week landed ahead of the State of the Union.
Well, and I'm going to say this about the State of the Union. Some of those people didn't want to watch it because the big 3 networks stop what they're doing and show the State of the Union. It's one of those few things where like they will stop whatever their programming is and show the State of the Union, whatever night it's going to be on, in which TV used to do. It's like a storm rolls in. So I bet some people are just trying to like, when's Big Bang Theory going to come back on, and just waiting for it to be over. So I think people just stayed and watched.
The Thanksgiving parade was 45th on the list.
It speaks to our culture, right?
The college football games had to be the 2 playoff games in Michigan, Ohio State.
I don't have the specifics, but they were 58, 71, and 74. Yeah, but I think that's exactly what, or the 2 playoff, the 3 final games, right?
Yeah.
play in 1, play in 2.
It wasn't the
championship.
Syracuse football game. No. Oh.
Go Orange.
Was it Bowling Green versus Morehead State?
Man,
You know, the
Syracuse.
ratings that gets in
Southern and Eastern Kentucky are out pretty big.
it's weird that Bowling Green is considered Western Kentucky. I never understand that. Because to me, it's Central Kentucky. It's right on I-65. Western Kentucky is like Hickman to me. Anyway, Murray State is Western Kentucky.
Okay.
Kentucky geography for 1,000, Alex. Have you guys been on the TikTok this week? The Chinese app that Brian refuses?
I'll have it.
I think I was on it, but I'm not on it.
Are we? Is there another
got
clique
ranked.
performing here? 2 TikTokers and 2 non.
I think I got wrangled into
So I actually do have a TikTok, but I've never even logged into it.
I
I have some intern. I'm like
I
Magdalene,
have-
go post.
I have people that do that
Yes.
for me.
Ryan has TikTok people.
I had somebody like
Is
that
that
I
a little
work with say-
Chinese kid?
She's not a little Chinese kid. She has a kid though. But no, like I had somebody that I work with like, hey, I saw you on TikTok, and I was like, what? And then I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that we post stuff there now. So I'm on the TikToks, but not actually. I get the reels though.
So there in about 2 weeks when when Instagram Reels catch up with TikTok, you're gonna find out.
That's how I roll.
You're
Yeah,
gonna find
okay.
out that there are some content creators that have discovered the Chase Bank Infinite Money.
I saw this. I did see this.
I'm all about this. Exploit the heck out of it.
So
Well,
It'll come back on them, but it
so what
does.
has happened is that these folks have realized that if they write themselves a check,
Oh, for a minute, till the bank figures out what's going on.
they write themselves a check and they deposit it through the ATM or through their mobile deposit in their account, the bank will make the funds available to them, and then they can go to the ATM and they can withdraw their money. So these folks have been dropping, say, a check they wrote to themselves for $10,000.
just in 10,001. Where's the felony line? The felony line's right around there,
it's,
isn't
it's
it?
literal check fraud.
It's right there.
So-
Yeah,
It's literal check
I
fraud.
think anything over $10,000 is.
I think
you
it
gotta report
turns into like grand larceny or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it bumps it up at the $10,000 mark.
dropping checks for like $10,000 to themselves.
Infinite money.
I love this.
And
though.
they have realized that
Check fraud.
they are making TikTok videos about it, showing that they have realized that they have figured out how to glitch the system. And
until the check bounces.
well, they didn't realize that it was. They just thought it was just gonna. It's there. The money's there.
And that dumbass
then they
sheriff
withdraw the
was
money.
writing, doing the credit card stuff. He should have just been doing this.
Should've
I
just been
know.
writing
Infinite money
bank-
glitch. That's
writing checks to Chase.
Come on, Jamie. Just do the infinite money glitch. Stop stealing from the community.
It's like a video game.
Still-
I thought it was an
Chase.
That's just
actual. I thought it was
Sims
like
where
an
you have that
actual.
cheat code.
I thought it was like an actual glitch that people had figured out where all some
No.
things. Because once all you'll find that
No.
something that'll happen
We are-
to somebody, they'll like log in and they're like, "Why is there $500,000 in my checking account?" And then it takes the bank a couple of weeks to figure out what's going on. Some error was made, but just writing yourself a check, you just bounced yourself a check. I wonder if they get charged the fee twice, once for receiving the bounce check and once for writing the bounce
I
check.
hope so.
That's how long did they think that was going to last?
The bank has come out and reminded people that this is fraud, and they're going to have massive negative balances in their account.
Like, again, going back to the sheriff conversation, how do you think you could just not
Get away with it.
I just don't get it.
I think what's happened is that we haven't written checks in so
Oh, you
goddamn long
don't understand how
that
checks
people
work.
don't know how
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, these are probably like
I want to see some of these kids write a check.
Gen
Tell you the truth.
Zers.
Be real honest
right
with
checks.
you.
Yeah,
just to do like the like spelling the words out.
Spelling the words out, yeah.
55,000.
I read a story a long time ago about a guy who took one of those checks that you would get in like the mailers, and he deposited it, and it was like months before
They would hold it.
they
It's
caught.
only they're
No,
only
but it was months. No, it deposited, and it cleared.
What?
And it was like he waited. He's like, "This is going to go wrong. This is going to go wrong." But he like took the money and shifted it to a different bank just to see how long it would take. And he ended up in like a long 6-month process of them trying to claw it back, but they couldn't claw it back the way they really wanted to because evidently they were dumb enough to put a real routing number on it.
Holy hell. That's so
And it was
silly.
this was years ago. This is like
I
post
think
internet, but
remember. Yeah, he had to do it in the ATM machine, right?
something he did something, but it went a lot farther than even he thought. He just did a lot. I don't even think he signed it. I think he put a smiley face on the endorsement line thinking this won't go through. No, he dropped off at the bank. Like somebody, it was like 15, 20 years ago I read the story, but still, it was pretty hilarious.
That's insane.
It was one of those things you look at those and everybody just tears them up and throws them away. And he's like, well,
Let me deposit
he
it.
thought that he was going to drop it off and they'd be like, ha ha ha. And they were just going to throw it in the trash. And then it showed up in his account. But these people they're dumb. Maybe I'll wait for it to hit Instagram so I can watch the stories about their sorrows right next to the boat ramp champs.
So if it hits Instagram, when's Facebook hit? Like, is that another 2 months away?
Yeah, Grandma's gonna know about Christmas time. About Christmas time, Grandma's gonna go, oh my gosh, have you
And
heard
they're
about
going to
this?
share the shit out of this.
We'll be talking. They'll think it's actually. Did you hear about these kids? They got infinite money.
You know what's been breaking my heart is the boomers who they'll
They'll be
these
dead by the time
they'll
they
like
learn.
these AI images and they think they're real.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, why won't this picture go viral? And it's like a picture of a 120-year-old woman like holding a birthday cake that's got like 120 candles, and it's so obviously AI. And you go to the comments and it's like, Beverly, oh, I wanna give her a big hug. Like Sharon, oh, let's share this. Like it's sad. It's
Yeah.
scary. And then I'm like, oh, they vote.
Their vote counts just as much as yours.
I know.
There are also stories about
scary
this
part is they
infinite money-
still drive.
And
That's even worse.
the infinite money glitch that this hack worked, where these folks are then taking the money and doing out to a payday lender as well and borrowing additional against it.
That's insane.
And then next step is go down to casino,
They're
put it
just-
all on red.
I mean, yeah, they're just
Ooh.
they're stacking.
Now see there's now we're thinking.
Now Bones is
Now
in,
Bones is on board.
and it's either going to work or it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, go right.
And if it doesn't, write another check and double down.
yeah.
We're going to get out of this.
Well, yes. We're gonna free Jimmy.
I bet these people will have GameStop stock too.
I just want to know if these guys, if like the banks have noticed that now all these kids are trying to like get checks ordered.
Yeah, I would think that.
Like if
Yeah,
it's
oh, yeah, they're
the
trying to
check
order.
printing people are like, oh my God, what the hell happened?
Making all this
All
money
these
all of a
orders for
sudden.
checks.
I
We're going to hit our bonus this
I was
year.
gonna say some sales guys like this is the
I'm
best
kind of
month
surprised
ever.
that there isn't like a limit on how much you can write yourself a check and put it through an automated process to deposit it.
I'm pretty sure our bank has that because it'll say like you can have up to like $50. Like there's some arbitrary
Yeah,
amount,
I think
but
that
up to a certain amount will be like held in
And
your account.
Pinning the check.
I
clearing.
think this
Until it
one
clears.
was that Chase Bank, if you wrote it against your own account, was like, sure, fuck it, take as much as you want. They were just
You'll pay the fees
wide
afterwards.
open. Yeah.
I bet somebody's writing some code to fix that.
I would like for you guys
and somebody definitely got
to
fired.
grab the
Yeah.
notes here
Yeah.
and look at the Military Times.
What?
Open your hymnals to the Military Times because this story that we're going to wrap up with,
Oh, we actually have
is
to open it.
unbelievable.
Here's-
2022.
Here's the one thing too that tells you though is that at Chase evidently you can still float a check. Like people used to know what the term float a check was. You throw a check
day
and
or
there-
two.
Yeah.
it would take a day or two. Apparently Chase is still in the floating the check era as opposed to like I can write a check to like Walmart and which I haven't.
Instantly, it's
But it's out of your
digital.
account before it's out of your account before you get out of the parking lot. But Chase sounds like part of it they've got coming at them.
the Sgt Bilko story. So I said Sgt Bilko is alive and well in the U.S. Navy. Did you guys ever watch the movie Sgt Bilko?
I have not.
With
Negative.
Steve Martin and Dan.
Are we the only two who have?
Apparently so.
Wow.
Say that one more time.
Bill Hartman and Steve
R.I.P.
Martin.
What a great actor he was.
Yeah. Never trust a spouse. That's what
No.
you should learn from Bill Hartman.
No, I love you, Missy.
Don't listen to Jeremiah.
Did you get married on me, Bones?
I did not, but we're still scared.
Still very serious though.
Very serious, very scared.
She got mad. He wound up dead in his sleep. So in Sergeant Bilko, Steve Martin played this conniving sergeant who was running gambling schemes and a bunch of things amongst the officers that was quite troublesome in the Army. Somebody watched that movie and made it a documentary. In the United States Navy, the USS Literal Combat
I'm
Ship
reading this
Manchester,
article and this is staggeringly stupid.
Like,
what these guys have done.
As a cybersecurity expert, I want to throw up.
the
Holy hell. And they're keeping us
USS
safe.
Manchester. The officers, I guess, around the mess hall, in the little clique that developed from there, installed themselves a Starlink internet connection onto the warship.
Which to me makes it worse.
That is
That means that Elon Musk could just track where this boat was.
I mean, literally, there's so many different things that could have gone horribly wrong here. I mean, oh my gosh.
So let me get this out, and then you guys can react. They dropped a Starlink.
Sorry.
A Starlink internet router or Starlink satellite connection on, and then created a wireless Wi-Fi network they called Stinky, Stinky.
That's kind of funny.
And then they sold memberships to be on the Wi-Fi network. So this gal running the mess hall was charging like $62 a month. She would connect you to the Wi-Fi network. And it was either a one-time fee of $375, which does not scale forever, or $62.50 a month. And she was running it through the Chief Petty Officers Association treasurer account.
Jeez.
Again, where do you think you're not going to get caught?
More corruption in government. And she was running. It was $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month Starlink bill.
Genuinely.
Welcome to today.
I don't get it. Like, who does this?
There's a sheriff in southern Indiana.
Yeah. Anybody know if we can get on the show?
A master's in business administration. There's to prophesy that with a concentration in information security and digital management. She was managing some digital stuff, but secure. Like I said, and part of this to me is worse because it's Starlink, because I could see without the knowing, just like I could see Elon Musk giving a talk about Starlink and bragging about the fact that it's being used on a naval ship. And like, look, we can tell, and he could point at the map. This is where that boat's been, and he'd show the entire map because they can track it.
Obviously, these guys had it so that they could watch NFL football this fall, and they're that addicted to it. So they're selling the subscription, and they said, "Hey, you can only use this in your room." What happens when you create a Wi-Fi network? Everybody can see the Wi-Fi 100%, network. Right?
Yeah.
So they all see that the Stinky network is there, and then the rank and file people are like, "What the hell is Stinky? I can't connect." And they get called out on it, and then they try to gaslight them and say there's no Wi-Fi network. And then the next step is that they then change the name of the Wi-Fi to make it look like it's just some wireless printer on the ship.
So not only to the point that, you know, the Elon Musk could track technically. I mean, yes, he could, but I would be more concerned from
these folks could be giving away position
100%. So like all it takes is one nefarious external actor to identify that network, and that now becomes more or less patient zero in your cybersecurity infrastructure. And from that point, they can then network out to the different crew members. So let's just say, for example, a crew member decides to, I don't know, use his government email on this network. Oh, well, guess what? Now it has access to that government email. And it is such criminal cybersecurity malpractice on the highest level. I mean, and this is the folks who are supposed to be keeping us safe. So I hope you feel more safe and secure tonight.
Can you imagine like just even phones that also they get to Wi-Fi, then they've got GPS, so you could have your family member's phone just ping where they're at, exactly where they're at, where it wouldn't be doing that. I love it said that they got underway and they realized the internet doesn't cover the whole ship. So they bought signal repeaters and cables at the Navy Exchange in Pearl Harbor and bolstered the system up. Like
they upgraded it. They doubled down and then they doubled down again. And then they had an all hands meeting where they denied that it existed. They had everybody come in and then they denied that it existed at all.
Stinky. What's stinky?
And then somebody doing maintenance finally caught wind of it when they found the thing bolted to the roof, and a text message was sent out saying the gig is up. We're screwed. So people have been court-martialed. And docked rank. I mean, this is unbelievable. Like, I don't know what it takes to get shot in the military at this point, but this seems like as risky of behavior as you could possibly have.
Well, they said one of the gals was demoted to an E7, which isn't that like your entry level, or like I'm not familiar with Navy rank.
Check local.
I feel like the higher the number, the lower the rank on that one, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, I don't know where she was or went to.
They kept putting cards in the comment box on the boat about the network.
Yeah,
and she
we're
was
finding-
trying.
oh
She
my
was trying.
God.
She was trying to intercept them, and they didn't. But one of them got through.
What's stinky? And they're filling out comments and putting it in because the rank and file members are like, what the hell is this?
Because
I've been on other ships. What's this? I need the password.
The whole point of this boat, though, is that it goes internet silent for periods of time because of security's sake. And they're like, "What's up with this?" And they're getting mad.
How do these people though? And again, I'm not trying to pick on our armed service members because like they are the folks who are keeping us safe. But like, how do these types of folks get into positions where they are the ones who are supposed to be keeping us safe? Like, I am again not disrespecting that they're putting their lives in the line for our country to keep us safe, but like, I want good people. I want ethical people. I want smart people defending our country, not people who are not just putting us at risk, but like idiots. Like, you're going to get caught. Like,
This is 15 chiefs, so 15 officers, or maybe that's high-end enlisted folks, but 15 people in a position of trust were in coots.
that's just disgusting. It's horrible.
I can't wait for Sgt Bilko 2 to come out now.
Oh, oh my gosh, this is one of those stealth boats.
It's even worse. That probably means it's like highly like.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those
high-level
it's one of
intelligence
those
stuff.
like
Come on, that's
Yeah, and they said they knew that they're putting a legitimate dish was being placed on the boat, and they knew that it was going to be placed next to the Starlink, and they're like, yeah, just leave it there though. And that's when they got caught. Was somebody noticed it when they're putting an actual piece of communications equipment.
if you have
on
an
there.
IT person who's putting that on, like, of course they're gonna be like, "Yo, what's the Starlink?"
Yeah, because that's one of those things. I mean, I guess there's probably
Snitches get stitches, Brian.
there's probably a lot of people that didn't recognize them who have never seen one, but like just from camping,
I've had so many
I
people
can
say,
identify-
what's your solar panel's in the dark? What's your solar panel doing?
yeah.
People don't know what a Starlink is yet.
I know.
I know what a
because see
Starlink
them
is,
But if
all
you're
the
an
time.
IT
yeah.
person, you know. Oh yeah, if you're an IT and yeah, like, oh yeah, it's weird that
And you're
our
on a
IT
ship
guy.
because it's moving.
Our
It's like-
IT
it's
guy
follow-
keeps
it's
dying. Like every time he goes to install the new radar. Why does that happen?
Bad shrimp.
Yeah, bad shrimp. Yeah, that's right. Holy cow!
Zach, final thoughts for
Oh my
the day?
gosh, this is just staggering. Because it is. If people think about like this is one of those boats that looks like the front of it looks like an airplane, really, without wings. Like it looks like it's just one of those stealth boats. Go if you want to do that, go get on an aircraft carrier. Everybody knows where those are because they've got.
The USS Manchester is 418 feet long, launched in 2016. Is the second ship in the class, the Independence class littoral combat ship, and named after Manchester, New Hampshire. Built by General Dynamics. I'm trying to find the cost. What do you think we paid for this?
Oh,
this beast?
it's bees. There's bees.
4.2
Yeah.
bill.
I want to say 7 billion.
It's in the bees. Yeah, big
It's in
because it's like
4.2 bill.
it's one of
Are
those-
you keeping track of scores?
No.
Okay, I'll keep track of my score. 4.2 bill.
7.
Okay.
I did figure out the rank is you start at 1 and you go up from that. She was probably an 8 where she's a senior officer and only got demoted 1 level.
So she got a slap on the wrist.
Pretty
That's
much.
insane. Like, out.
She lost a little star over her
She
insignia.
lost the little star.
Yeah. If you're a senior chief petty officer, you get a star.
Oh,
over
I
your
guess
eagle.
maybe not as bad. Let's see here. No, this says maybe like 360 million.
Yeah, I got 220 million.
What?
Yeah, these are a steal. They don't have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, but otherwise they're
That's
worth,
why. That's why they're
Does
so
not come
cheap.
with Starlink.
I mean, 250
I'm
million
shocked
bucks
that
will
that's-
get you one of these things.
I mean, I'm
You know what's
shocked.
funny? I actually, one of
That
my
is
last
pretty
deals I
cheap.
worked at Stratus, my old company, was there was a battleship that was a war museum, and they needed Wi-Fi. So we had to do like a Wi-Fi infrastructure in the boat.
This just reminds
horrible,
me of
though.
CMC
It's terrible.
Ward.
Now you
It
can
was
say it's
terrible.
military grade military technology.
Yeah.
When you drop
Tech.
Starlink in it. Yeah,
Top
yeah.
speed of 51 miles an hour.
That is hauling. That is
Yeah.
2 to
That's
2.5
a
times the
lot.
speed of a cruise ship.
210 metric tons and only 40 crew plus up to 35 mission crew. So they're not real big.
Yeah, they're only 400 feet long.
Oh my gosh.
But 15 people of the 40 were in
we're in cahoots.
Half of them are just gaslighting the other people. No, you're drunk. Shut up.
Again.
Shut up. You
What's
don't
the
belong here.
moral of the story for today?
What
are you doing?
You're not going to get away with it.
You're not going to get away with
Not
it.
going to get away with it. Corruption in government. We've highlighted that we've captured it.
Yeah.
We've actually found it. And it wasn't with your local people. Well, unless you're in
Not
Clark
today.
County, Indiana. Zach Burcham, final thoughts.
I've got nothing.
Henny.
I'm cognitively pretty tired, so I don't really have any thoughts.
I haven't seen you in weeks.
I hope you won.
Weeks. Yeah, we were all hoping
know.
that it turned out well.
I doubt we won, but I've got the ribbons in my backpack.
Doubt
I need
we
to look
won.
up the results. Well, I'll tell you what, we had.
Highest paid coach in cross country history, Zach Burcham. I don't know if we won or lost. We had a good time.
I don't even
Well, I
know
had
what
the
I'm
ribbons.
getting. I don't know what I'm getting. I've got the ribbons, yeah. But we had a complaint a lot of people have heard. Like, we have Mount Vernon in our conference. Mount Vernon is huge.
Oh yeah, they're
Compared,
They have like
They're
a
adding like 100
performance
kids a day.
center where
yeah.
they can send
And
their
so,
kids to
like,
work
they don't
out.
belong in our conference anymore. So they were there, and Nicetown was there, and then who else was there? Pendleton. And so we were like Nicetown was obviously smaller than us, but they brought elementary school kids because their schools are more consolidated than ours. But it was a good effort. We had some kids that didn't get done the first race to finish this one, and a lot of kids dropped a couple of minutes from the first meet. These are middle schoolers. They've had the worst weather. They have 2 meets in with an average temperature of like 87 degrees for their 2 meets. It was 90 degrees last week, and so I'm just happy they're surviving. And it was a home meet, and our course is vicious. We have it's got like a legit trail section and a nasty uphill.
Guard dogs.
So
Those snapping piranhas
really
from Mario
quickly for you,
Kart.
Zach, have you been involved in the leases as a member of Newcastle Cross Country in the Expo Memorial Park conversation that we highlighted
No.
earlier in the show?
Nope, they didn't even know we were there.
So, well, here's the thing. You guys are written about in this as maybe being on the hook for being a part of maintaining the cross country course.
First of all, we did maintain the cross country course.
Uh-oh.
No, I'll be honest, and they're very nice. And
It's in print.
last year they had a trail.
You have the equipment, it says, and that you guys are going to potentially be involved in doing it.
Maintaining what though? I guess.
The trail.
Congratulations.
What equipment do we have as cross country people to maintain the trail?
Well, see, this is what happens when there's 3 people in a negotiation and one of them's not at the table. The person that's not there gets told what they're going to be doing.
Well, they were so aware of what was going on out there at that fine park that we were out there for 3 days. I walked the course 6 times, and it's 1.8 miles. We painted it. We put cones out. We marked it up, and they never even knew we were there.
Point 4, 4-H Center request. Give Lot 4, 13.9 acres, non-restricted with use with conditions. The Expo would continue to manage the trail through the woods for Newcastle Cross Country events as long as the board members have the proper equipment to do so. The Expo asked that the park continue to allow Henry Rips to clean the woods as they have devoted for years. So,
They do a great
park response on condition the Expo or the Newcastle Cross Country program assume responsibility for the maintenance of the trails through the woods. So the Expo said, hey, we'll take care of it as long as we got the equipment. And the park said, yeah, that's cool, or we'll make cross country do it.
They can try. I mean, we did all ourselves. This time we came out and we brought a mower out and we brought trimmers out. They cleaned the trail for us last year and they did a great job because it was impassable when we first went out there to market. And we said, hey, we need this cleared out. And they cut the trees and moved them out of the way. The trail looked great this year. I don't know if they've been maintaining it or if it just happened to look that nice. Somebody must be going down through there because there was almost nothing needed done. But then, like, we brought our own mower out and we mowed the course. We marked the course. They won't let us put posts in the ground, but we put cones out and cleaned them up. And I'll be honest, I was out there quite a bit, and I'm not insulting anybody. I never spoke to a park official. I never saw a park official, and they never asked me about anything. They never said, what are you doing out here? So we kind of worked independent of anything.
Final thoughts today. I want from each of you, since we're starting the NFL season right now, I want a Super Bowl winning prediction from each of you.
Oh, I'll take the easy
There are
pick.
32 teams. You could pick anyone you want. Who's winning the Super Bowl, Zach Burcham?
I'll say the Chiefs again. Did they lose anybody of significance? I don't think.
Kadarius Toney.
Don't know who that is. So no, yeah. So,
Yeah,
good
that's
for
why.
them.
No, you're probably good.
Yeah.
They'll still
I mean,
got,
that's an uneducated opinion. I will not
still
watch
got-
any games
Still
till
got
that.
Patrick Mahomes. So.
Yeah, and they still got
You got the punter, right?
Taylor Swift, and they still got Taylor Swift in the press.
No Chad Henne.
The
though.
one that's the
No
kitchen
Chad
Henne.
Henne.
No, it's
That's a
Bucker, the
Oh,
kicker.
Oh, the kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, Harrison not selling a lot
Butker.
of jerseys to half of America.
He's sold the most jerseys all of the past 2 months.
Of America.
To half of America.
To half
He
of
led in
America.
NFL jersey sales. He still did it.
I know. but
Divisive.
Probably not a lot.
Divisive and
Probably not a lot
controversial.
to women with college degrees.
Anything else, Zach?
No.
Sara Morrell, you got a selection?
I want to go with the Buffalo Bills
Really?
just because I like the team.
What about the fans?
Love the
I
fans.
love some of the fans because they are family.
Love the
So
fans.
got to do it for Donnie, you know.
All right. So that's one from Sara Morrell for the Buffalo Bills. Anything else? Final thoughts, wise, Sarah?
Not really.
Best IndyCar
just-
weekend of the year was Milwaukee.
I still like the 500 weekend better, but Milwaukee was a lot of fun. I guess my only final thought is just remember to tell the people you love that you love them, because you never know when it's going to be your last day.
Has anything happened in the last hour and a half?
No,
All good?
no. I think we're fine, but it's just,
Wow.
The air in this room.
Oh no!
it's just one of those things you don't
Oh,
think about it
no.
every day. I mean, like my grandma's pushing 90. It's one of those things you just
Yeah, buying green
I was-
bananas every day.
There's two different ways to think about that thought because I had a meeting at work and we're talking about like putting stuff off. And this guy's like, I put stuff off all the time. He's
good.
like, why do it today? I could be dead tomorrow. Why would I save something for my? Why would I help my tomorrow self? I'll just help my today self. And he was like, yeah, I could die tonight. Not have to worry about it tomorrow.
No, don't say that.
If I post, he's like,
but
if
then
I
your
not
wife will
lucky,
have to
his
take
whole,
care of it.
his
or
whole
somebody
point
at work
was
will.
his whole point was like, why would I be motivated to get something done today and I could put off tomorrow and maybe not have to
And
do
maybe
it
I'll
at
be
all?
dead.
And
Wouldn't that be
was
great?
literally his argument.
This show is taking a dark turn.
Yeah.
So Bones.
Oh, good. I get to follow the funeral director.
Sure do. Well, you had to arrest the
Just-
sheriff, the
just-
coroner.
Just embalming fluid everywhere.
Come full circle.
Bones, who's winning the Super Bowl?
I'm going to go Niners over Ravens.
Oh, he's giving the whole thing.
He's calling the whole game.
Harbaugh Bowl, but not.
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that.
Again.
No,
Round-
it's
round
Chargers
two.
now,
Round
but it's
two.
Oh,
I mean, it's-
shoot.
it's-
yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
never
Yeah.
mind.
Californians. But yeah, it was that was the
Sorry.
Harbaugh Bowl. The
I
first
couldn't
time.
think after the emotional tragedy we just went through.
We don't even know who's dead, but we're shocked.
No one's dead. You
Well,
just
wait,
never
when
know.
we get off the air,
Yeah.
somebody's dead.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Pull one out.
See if I got a courier obit email. Maybe I missed something.
Well, this has been a great time.
Checking the press releases. I know.
Thanks for the invite.
Brian. I know Brian, Bones, Sarah, Zach, and myself are okay for now. Anything else? You're still breathing.
I'm still breathing. We're just going to leave it this.
Brian.
Let me start with my team.
Yeah, sure.
This hurts so bad because I do believe.
You're gonna say the Eagles.
Shut up. No, I do believe that the Cowboys, which are America's
Oh
team
my
still,
God.
could and I think might make it to the Super Bowl.
You wanna win this?
However,
America's team,
However, I do believe that the team that is playing this evening, that is going to win this evening, is going to be the team that beats the Cowboys, and I believe that's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I think they got a strong running game with Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. He's still sneaky fast. He's getting older, but he's really fast, and he's got a hell of an arm. He's got a good offense around him, good offensive line finally, and their defense is nasty. Oh, it's so good. So yeah, my final thoughts. I had the pleasure of being the business owner to speak at the chamber luncheon this past month.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun. Got to talk about cybersecurity. So no, that was a really, really cool opportunity to hopefully wake some people up to the scary realities of cybersecurity on top of what we heard today.
Plus, they could be dead tomorrow.
That's
Good.
right. Yeah. They walk
never
into their
know.
business, they see they were ransomware attacked, and then they have a heart attack and die.
How good is the Kool-Aid they serve in Dallas that these Cowboys
Almost
fans
as good as
make?
what they
I'm not
serve in
even
Lynn,
from
Indiana.
Dallas either. I'm from upstate New York. So by all stretch, I should be either a Giants or a Bills fan.
that we just keep thinking that maybe this year.
Oh no, I'm trust me, I'm very well aware of how I am more or less gaslit every year to believe that there's something to look forward to. So
Mid-November, you guys kind of realize, right?
Thanksgiving.
the reality does hit in, especially with the run game. You're like, oh yeah, we suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't stop a slippery snot through a paper towel. It's yeah.
I'm excited to have Brian as a part of the Boss Hog Liberty Fantasy League for patrons.
Got an A- in my fantasy draft ranking, by the way.
Yeah, that's solid.
I was pretty proud of myself.
Solid.
Projected to come in third. We're gonna prove him wrong.
I think I was projected to peak first or second. I've forgotten now. I've slept since then. But it looked good. I felt good about the way things went. I'm gonna go with Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
Nobody else picked them. I'm gonna
That's a
take
good
the
pick.
Lions.
Ballsy.
A city that needs some love.
Be their first ever.
It would be their first Super Bowl. They've had some NFL championships back in the day, but I just don't feel like my Colts with Anthony Richardson are ready for prime time yet.
Jared, can I be honest with you? I think Anthony Richardson is really overrated.
I think he's played less than 24 football games ever.
He's Trey Lance. He's Trey Lance 2.0.
I really think we're like 2 positions away from being really good.
Quarterback and safety.
I don't know about quarterback. We'll see.
Maybe. Hey, but listen,
As long as we don't have Dak, we're okay.
we have
You mean the guy who came in second place in
we have
MVP
Delaware's
voting last year?
Delaware's own Joe Flacco as a backup, so things will be fine.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
We do, yeah.
That's awesome.
this year. Yeah,
Okay, 'cause he was with the
after
Browns.
he tried to win the Super Bowl with the Browns last December.
Yeah.
He's Gardner Minshew moved west to Vegas,
Yep.
Yeah, van.
and yeah, he took
Which is
his-
where Dak Prescott will probably
took
end
his
up, by the way.
van, and the Colts picked up Old Man Joe.
Old man's out. So he's backing up Richardson.
Yes,
Okay.
so he'll be starting by.
Do you guys still
by
have Taylor as the
October.
running back?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he still the highest paid running back?
He
He
just
is
got his
now.
new contract a year ago, so I would hope he's up there.
That's wild.
Time will tell.
Good for him.
But yeah, Christy Avery's Lions, we're all in. I think they Motown's going to win. Dan Campbell did a press conference wearing an IndyCar helmet after he took the job because he was promoting the race at beautiful Belle Isle.
Here's first snap of the game.
All right,
Yep, here we go.
0-0. We got our predictions in before the season started, folks. It's real and official. We'll be back next Thursday. I don't know what we're talking about. Maybe more corruption in
Derrick
local
Henry,
government.
2 yards.
Hope not.
Maybe the Colts starting out 1-0. Doubtful. We'll see you then.
Who are you playing?